Okay. If I am audible, just write yes in the chat. If I'm not, simply write no. Okay. Kishore is saying yes, so I assume for everyone I'm clearly audible. Okay. So today's session is more focused on DeFi, smart contracts, and like how decentralized finance is changing the world. Okay. So, okay, uh, let's just start by each other's introduction. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Itachi. I am working as a head of developer growth at HackQuest. Okay, before this, I used to work here as a ecosystem growth manager for Asia Pacific region. And apart from this, I have experience as a developer advocate. I have worked with couple of DeFi protocols earlier. Like one of them is pretty popular. Uh, the name is Instadap. They have very cool product called Avocado Wallet. Okay, so let's. I think a lot of people might be joining in like maybe 1 2 minute. So I would like to hear if anyone is interested to introduce himself. Mm, okay. Is there anyone who would like to introduce himself? Like you can write in chat or you can also unmute yourself and speak here. Meanwhile, I will start sharing my screen. Okay. I am assuming like no one is interested. Okay. So, okay. Let's say someone is typing in chat and I will read their comment later. Okay, so let's just start for today's session. First of all, let me clarify a little bit. English is not my first language. Okay, so maybe I will be making a lot of grammatical mistakes today. So yeah, forgive me in advance. Okay, uh, let's just start our session. I would like to welcome you all for today's session. It's like a very great step. You guys are very good if you have already started exploring about Web3, about blockchain, about DeFi. Like you are still early, I would say. So yeah, welcome you all in today's session. Mm, okay. Okay, so yeah, let me give my introduction again. I am Itachi. I'm working right now as head of developer growth at global level for HackQuest. I have previously worked with a DeFi protocol. It's called Avocado Wallet. You can also check out them. And apart from this, Itachi on chain is my Twitter handle. You can connect me later. Okay, so I right now I'm working at like HackQuest. So HackQuest is basically EdTech platform. Maybe you guys have heard of EdTech platforms like Udemy or Coursera or probably Unacademy. Okay, so HackQuest is quite similar to them. Okay, HackQuest provide courses for beginners, for people who are already aware of Web3, for people who are very advanced in Web3. So HackQuest provide courses for learning. HackQuest is also a hackathon hosting platform. So those people who are like quite aware of programming stuff, those who are good in making building projects, those who get like crazy ideas, they can simply come on our platform, participate in hackathons, and yeah, build the next Web3 startup. Okay, so I will go through our website later, like at the end of the session. So let's just move forward for now. Okay, I'm assuming like most of you are very familiar with what is Web 1, what is Web 2, and what is Web 3. So basically, these are three different eras of internet. Uh, I would be not spending too much time over here, but like I will give you a quick walkthrough of these things. Okay, so Web 1 era was basically a era where people were allowed only to read. Okay, so let's say you might have seen some website like similar to this one. This is a very you can say old website from Google. Uh, it is built only from like use of HTML and some amount of CSS, you can say. Sometimes you have encountered such websites when your internet is quite slow, the JavaScript and CSS does not get rendered on the screen and only HTML components are shown on your screen. So this was the Web 1 era, you can say, where people were only allowed to read the information on the screen. They were not allowed to interact with the content present on websites. Okay. Okay. Is anyone trying to speak? Sorry. Okay. Let's just move forward. So this was the Web 1 era where people were only allowed to read the information from the websites. Okay. Let's move forward. Right now, what we are looking at, like what we are living in, is Web 2 era. Okay, so all of us use Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp in our daily life. Like, so in these particular websites, not only we are allowed to read the information, but we are also allowed to write the information also. So let's say you are an Instagram user, you can visit their website, okay, and read the post of your friends, and you can also make your own post as well. So this is a two-way communication. In the Web 1 era, it was only a one-way communication. The provider of the information was giving you that particular information, and you were not able to uh, make any comments on that, any post, any kind of interaction on that era was not possible. But in Web 2 era, it is quite possible, and like right now, but there is a problem. Okay, so what happens here, um, let's say you are a user, you post something on Instagram. Okay, it's your private photo, maybe. Okay, you have a private account and you make some photo, you post some photos. Okay, and it is stored on a server. It's a centralized server, like a single server of, let's say, Meta. Okay, then what will happen next? The owner of the particular post, like particular picture, will be Meta itself, because yeah, they own that particular server. They have each and every right to make or like alter or do changes with that particular image. So you are not like you don't own such things. Okay, so yeah, that was all about, I think, Web 2 era. Uh, I think all of you must be quite familiar with these things, so I won't be spending too much time over here. I'm quickly moving to the Web 3 part now, so that we can spend more time on Web 3 basics, Web 3 jargons, and like DeFi jargons. Okay, let's move forward. Yeah, that was all about Web3. Okay, this is all about Web3. So Web3 is basically a new kind of internet, you can say. Web3 is not blockchain. So these are two different terms. Web3 is quite a different term, and blockchain is a quite different term. Web3 is basically an idea of internet where every user can read, write, and own as well their own data. Okay, so let's again take an example of Instagram. Okay, let's assume for a minute Instagram is a decentralized app. Okay, let's assume for a second. Okay, and we come on Instagram, we will make a post, And those people who are our friends, they will be welcome, allowed to check out our post, maybe interact with them, make likes or comment on them. But yeah, in that particular case, you are the owner of your own data, and all the other friends are like some sort of users, you can say, who are visiting your post. And Instagram is just the parent company, who has like built that particular DApp, you can say, decentralized application, um, who will be charging some amount of fees. Okay, so in that case, what would happen? Instagram will not uh, be able to make any kind of changes because everything is stored on chain. Okay, so it is stored on over multiple nodes, you can say. So making any kind of malicious changes on your post would not be possible. You will be the whole and like whole complete owner of that particular post. Okay, so this is all about, I think, web 1, web 2, and web 3. Let's move forward. Oh, oops, I think. Okay, I think I directly jumped on the last slide. Sorry. So this was all about Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. So you can say right now we are still living into the Web 2 era. Okay. Most of us use like centralized platform like Instagram, YouTube, as I told you earlier. But in why not web3, like web3 is still, you can say, under the process. Okay, it's like a future of internet. It's not like yet feasible for everyone to use because there is a lot of there is a lot of charge there are a lot of charges we have to pay for using those services. So like mass adoption is not quite possible yet for web3. And what is blockchain now? Blockchain is basically, you can say, uh, a implementation of idea. So what was the idea? Idea was web3. What was web3? Web3 was a new kind of internet which was like in which you can read, write, and own your data. Okay, so what is blockchain? Blockchain is a technology which is making that particular idea of web3, and like yeah, you're making that particular idea and changing it into a reality. Okay, so this is what we call blockchain. Okay, so yeah, let's go through the definition. Blockchain is like list of record stored in form of blocks of data. A block contains a series of transaction. Each block is chained together with its previous block. Okay, so this is like quite a bookish, you can say, quite a bookish definition, you can say. Okay, so let's go through each line one by one. Okay, so what happens here? Let's say I am Itachi, and I have a friend called his name is Raj. Okay, I sent a transaction of, let's say, $10 to Raj in the block one. Okay, what would happen next? The details of the transaction will be stored in each and every block, like block 1, block 2, block 3, and let's say there are n number of blocks, so each block will contain that particular information that, okay, Itachi has made a transaction of $10 to Raj. Okay, then if someone like some hacker come and he thinks, okay, I will delete the record that Itachi has made $10 a transaction of $10 to Raj, and then Itachi has to pay again those $10 because there is no record, there is no proof that Itachi has ever paid those funds. Okay, so what he has to do, he has to make changes in the block 1. Then what will happen next? uh, each block is connected to each other. Okay, so from block 1 to block n, each and every block is connected cryptographically. Okay, so if I make any changes in block 1, it will, the block 2 is cryptographically connected, so block 2 will automatically detect that there is a change, ha- uh, that there is a change made in block 1. Okay, so from block 2 to up to block n, these all blocks will run a consensus, you can say, and kick out the malicious block, which is block 1. Okay, so this is the like high level idea of how blockchain works. um, I think all of you must be aware of these simple things. So let me know in the chat if you have any doubts, or like if you want to uh, cross question something. Okay, I will wait here for 30 seconds or 1 minute, and then I will go, then I will go on the next slide. You can simply write in chat, or otherwise you can unmute yourself and speak. Okay, think, yeah. Okay, so I think lot of people who are present here are already done with Web3 basics part. So yeah, like if you have any doubt, still you can write in chat. I will look at to those beginner doubts later. Meanwhile, I will move forward. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can simply drop in chat. I will look those doubts later. Give me a second. Okay. So the next part is consensus. Okay. So what is consensus basically? Basically, consensus is a high level, you can say, high level idea, a set of rules, you can say, uh, which blockchain follows every time we make any transaction. Okay, so there are two type of consensus majorly used in blockchain right now. So consensus basically means set of rules. Okay, so there are two kinds of rules right now used in blockchain. One is proof of work, and other is proof of stake. Okay, so as I explained earlier, like here in the previous slide how blockchain works, I explained let Itachi is making a transaction of $10 to Raj, and how this complete blockchain is working here. Similarly, what happens under the hood, let me explain like uh, like in deep way. Okay, so let's say I'm taking example of Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin is a layer 1 blockchain. You might already heard of it. Okay, so it is like most famous blockchain right now we have around the globe. So okay, and it follows a consensus which is not proof of work, but it is very very close to proof of work. Okay, so what happens in proof of work, let's just try to understand what is proof of work. Let's say I am making a transaction, Itachi is making a transaction to Raj. What happens next? Those node, the nodes, or you can say the operators who are connected to blockchain, they are called miners. Okay, so these miners, what they do, they take my transaction and they try to solve a puzzle. They try to do some mathematical calculations, and they try to build a cryptographic hash. Okay, so after that, whoever do these kind of thing, whoever comes first in this particular race, let's say for example I made a transaction and there are let's say three people, uh, three miners who are on our screen. Let's say they are trying to find the hash function, do the high level computation, and find the hash function to store in blockchain. Let's say this is the computer who executed the task first, and remaining one came last. Okay, so it will be rewarded some amount uh, as a gas fees, or you can say transaction fees. Okay, part of transaction fees, not actually complete transaction fee, but some part of transaction fees will be given it to him. Okay, so this is called like proof of work. What is the fundamental problem with proof of work? Proof of work is like very computationally heavy. What does it mean by being computationally heavy? Let's say what I said earlier. Let's say there are three operators, one, two, and three. Okay, all three are working really, really hard for finding that particular transaction hash. Okay, and what will happen here? Uh, all of them will be using a lot of electricity. All of them will be spending a lot of time, a lot of hard work uh, on solving that particular hash puzzle, but only one of them will be getting reward. So this particular idea of proof of work is not quite feasible, because lot of wastage of energy is happening right now. Only one person is getting the reward, the other two who are also working equally hard but not getting reward, like a lot of energy is also getting wasted on their end. Okay, so this was not the feasible idea of new internet. Then uh, like some very smart people came, and they have made a new kind of consensus, a new set of rules to run blockchains. They came up with the idea of proof of stake. So what is proof of stake? Again, let's take the previous example what we discussed earlier. Itachi is making a transaction of $10 to his friend Raj. Okay, then then in proof of stakes, there like in the previous example, what were the operators called? They were called miners. But in proof of stakes, all the operators are called as stakers. Okay, not miners. So what happens here when I make a transaction to my good friend Raj of $10 rupees? Okay, so let's say, oh, sorry, $10. Then only one of the computer will do the computation or hard work to find or to solve the particular puzzle, and like make a cryptographic hash for that particular transaction. And the other two will not do any hard work. They will simply come and validate that particular transaction, like they will verify whether Itachi has made $10 or made a transfer of $10 to his friend Raj, or they haven't made any transfer of $10. So these two guys will come and validate that particular transaction. They will not do the hard work of finding that particular hash function. Okay, so yeah, in that way what will happen, we will be saving a lot of time and energy, lot of energy you can say. So this is the feasible way we can like achieve the new kind of internet. So you can say Bitcoin, which is most popular blockchain, right now they are using proof of stake and proof of work as well. No, not sorry. Pardon me. I said something wrong. Bitcoin basically uses the mechanism of proof of stake and longest chain rule. Okay. They have their own consensus, like proof of work, proof of stake. They have their own consensus. It's called Nakamoto consensus. Their set of rules are made from two things. One is proof of work, and the other one is longest chain rule. Okay, so yeah, this is the case of Bitcoin. Then uh, the guy Vitalik came in picture. He said, "No, man, Bitcoin is not that much scalable. Uh, it is very very hard to mint a block in the Bitcoin because proof of work is not like the mechanism we can follow for future. This is not the way we can achieve the new kind of internet." So he built something called Ethereum. Ethereum is like new layer one blockchain. Okay, it uses right now, like as of current date, right now Ethereum uses proof of stake consensus. So yeah, that is all about blockchain, how blockchain work, what are consensus, what is proof of work, what is proof of stake. um, so this is like all about Web3 basics. Okay. So if you have any doubts so far, like this is very important part. Uh, a lot of you will feel like this concept is very hard to digest. Or maybe if you are like already familiar with these kind of things, you will feel like, okay, this is fine, this is good. If you have any kind of doubt, just drop in chat or you can unmute yourself and yeah, ask me directly. Otherwise, like we will move forward to our next topic, which is like exploring DeFi and that stuff. uh, you guys are not asking any doubts. I'm very, you can say, whether I am speaking something wrong, or you all are quite aware of these simple stuff. uh, yeah, let me know if you have any kind of doubt, because this is the first time I'm taking a session and I'm not getting any interaction. Generally, I take sessions in Hindi actually. I don't speak much in English because I'm based in India. So, yeah, I think there must be some language gap between us. Probably that's why you are not interacting that much. Uh, but yeah, it's fine. You can still maybe ask your doubt in some regional language, and our host Krisha will maybe translate it to me directly. Uh, oops, seems like someone is not happy with my session. Okay, okay, I will wait for like 1 minute and then I will move forward. Okay, because this is a very important concept. Proof of stake specifically is a very important concept, because the protocols I'm going to discuss after 10 minutes are completely related to proof of stake. Okay, so if you are not aware of these concepts, it would be very hard for you to digest the upcoming concepts. Okay, so yeah, still you have any doubt, if you have any doubt, feel free to drop them in the chat. And yeah, if you don't have any, I will move forward. Meanwhile, like if you encounter any doubt later, you can drop in chat or you can maybe connect with me later. Okay. Okay guys, let's move forward for now. Hmm, blockchain network. Okay, so we have already covered this particular side in some sort of way. You can say I have covered like how blockchain works, how each block is minted, how each and every block is connected to each other. So if we make any changes in one of blocks, okay, what will happen? The other blocks in the blockchain will kick out the malicious block. Okay, so that's why you can say, what is the benefit of blockchain? Blockchain is transparent. Like everyone can come and like check out the transactions, whatever happened, whatever executed on blockchain. And other thing is, it is quite secure technology. Uh, it is very hard to hack any blockchain. Like it's next to impossible to hack any blockchain, to be honest. Blockchain is immutable. Yeah. So the consensus mechanism, like I discussed, proof of work and proof of stake, are some set of rules which help us to, you can say, make our blockchain immutable. Like no one can alter or change the data after we publish them on the blockchain. No one will be able to do any kind of malicious things with our data. We will be the whole owner, complete owner of that particular data. So only we will be allowed to change, to make changes, any to make any further changes. Okay, so yeah, these are, like, you can say, the three fundamental pillars, the three fundamental benefits of blockchain: transparency, security, and immutable. Okay, let's move forward, guys. Okay, so right now, what we have discussed is blockchain technology. But under the umbrella of blockchain technology, there are so many fields to explore. For example, one of them is NFTs, other one is DeFi, then there comes decentralized organization, also called DAOs in short, some gaming stuff, then there are indexers, and then there are companies who are providing node infrastructure, there are companies who are providing wallets for every user, like so that user can simply, uh, you can say, simply talk with blockchain. Then there are companies who are working as an identity protocol. Then there is a field of oracles, there is a field of decentralized storage, and layer 1, layer 2, bridges, swaps, etc., etc. So what my point here in this particular slide is, there are a bunch of fields to explore in blockchain. Blockchain has a lot of blockchain The idea of blockchain has a lot of potential in almost every field. Okay, so not just blockchain was originally made for making transparency in the finance ecosystem. Okay, so Bitcoin was made uh, to avoid the interception of, you can say, like government. Okay, so Bitcoin was made for financial independency. Okay, so this was the high level idea why Bitcoin was made. But right now, we can, as long as we can store data on blockchain, we can do also some other stuff. Like, for example, let's assume there is an artist. He makes a painting, and he can simply take that particular painting and mint a RW, a real world asset token, on the blockchain, and he will be granted the role of owner for that particular painting. No one will be able to mint again his painting on chain. Okay, so yeah, this is the high level idea of, you can say, NFTs. Then there is something called DAOs, decentralized organization. So let's say there is an organization, and they have a WhatsApp group of 10 people, and let's say today is sorry let's say tomorrow is my birthday. Okay, and my colleagues in the WhatsApp group are discussing, uh, like when we will be celebrating Itachi's birthday, in morning or in evening. So what you guys do, you simply create a poll, and people come there and vote for morning timings and evening timings, and that particular option who has votes more than 50% wins. Okay, and yeah, this is quite a similar analogy. You can say this is like a simple analogy to understand how decentralized organizations work. So here, a lot of people come together, join the organization, and then they cast their vote uh, on any particular proposals and make voting decentralized. Like, not single people will have right to make decision for everyone. By that way, everyone is contributing to a decision. So DAO is an interesting technology. Gaming is also an interesting technology. NFTs, wallets, decentralized storage, oracles, everything is quite interesting and fascinating technology right now. But today we are going to explore the part of decentralized finance only. Okay, so let's just move forward. Okay, so I have directly attached a screenshot from ChatGPT. I was running out of time to prepare some slides for you. So yeah, forgive me for this. Okay, so we will walk through this definition together first. and try to understand what is decentralized finance, which is called DeFi in short. And then I will explain in brief what is decentralized finance. Okay, so DeFi or decentralized finance is a financial system built on blockchain technology, mainly on network like Ethereum, that allows people to use financial services without relying on traditional intermediates like banks, brokers, or payment processors. Instead of being controlled by centralized institution, DeFi runs through smart contracts, which are self-executing pieces of code that automatically enforces rules and transactions. Okay, so this is, you can say, a very bookish but a complete definition of decentralized finance. Okay, so let me give you a quick overview what we have just learned from this particular definition. So decentralized finance, as the name suggests, it is decentralized, basically a finance ecosystem deployed or built on top of blockchain. Okay, so decentralized finance is just a normal financial ecosystem built on blockchain technology, on any blockchain. You can say Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, or any blockchain. Okay, in which we can where people can come and make their financial decisions, use the financial services. For example, let's say your father owns some land. Okay, and you want to start a new business. You are still like 20, let's say 20 or 21, 22, whatever the legal age for running business in your particular country. So let's say you are eligible to start your own business, and you are looking for some loans. Okay, what happens next? You will go to a bank, you will ask them like, I want to start a new business, I have this particular business idea, and I want this much amount of loan to start my business. Would you could you lend some money to me, please? Then bank will do, uh, bank will do a background check of yours, and background check of your family, background check of every person associated to you, or the properties you own, the collaterals you own, like in your daily life. And then according to that particular analysis, bank will grant you some amount of loan. Okay, but there is a flaw. What flaw? Bank, let's say you don't have internal connections in bank. The bank manager, let's say, has some sort of personal issues with you. Okay, he doesn't like you anyway. Okay, let's say yeah, so he doesn't like you anyway. So in that way, what bank manager will do, he will try to somehow manipulate that particular analysis. He will change those record internally, and he will make sure that you didn't get the loan. Okay, so what is happening here? You are a good person, you have fulfilled everything, you have provided every detail for of yours and of your family, and of your collaterals you own, of the properties you own, but still bank is not giving you those loans. Why? Because you have some personal issues with the bank manager. Bank manager is a single entity, single operator, you can say, who is taking all the decisions. Okay, so yeah, that way you can say the finance system is pretty bad right now. Okay, this is not the case of like finance system, it's the case of you can say every pretty much things. You can say the same problem occurs during the elections. The same problem occurs in taking every kind of decisions. For example, you are planning a trip to go to Himalaya, and with your friends, and some person says, no, no, we are not, I don't uh, like cold places, and I want to visit somewhere else. So in that way, what happens next? We have to cast voting and take a constructive decision together. But what is happening right now in the traditional ecosystem? Only one person of the class, you can say, of your like friend circle. Let's say there is a leader, he is taking complete decisions. Okay, if he says we are going to Himalaya, then we will be going to Himalaya. We don't have any rights to cross question him or to ask him like let's say ki we don't we want to go somewhere else or suggest any changes. So this is kind of the problem we are facing in the traditional finance ecosystem. Okay, this is where DeFi comes into the picture. DeFi basically is a, you can say, some pieces of smart contracts. What is a smart contract? It is just like a very big word, you can say, created by some smart people. Uh, so it looks scary, but it is a very simple term. Smart contract refers to the some amount of piece of code. Okay, so DeFi basically decentralized finance is basically a finance ecosystem run by some piece of code, some smart contract, you can say. Okay, some smart contract, or you can say it is run a finance ecosystem which is being run by a piece of code. So humans can make mistake, humans can take wrong decisions, human uh, can like will be maybe influenced by emotions, or humans maybe make any kind of mistakes. Okay, they can take wrong decisions. Maybe they become greedy person and they can take wrong decisions to invest somewhere. Okay, so human can make mistake, but machines can't. Okay, so in similar way, uh, when we make a finance ecosystem on blockchain, we write some set of rules, some set of instructions on the blockchain. Okay, so what we do, we simply come up with the idea of finance. Let's say I am planning to make a bank on blockchain. Okay, so what I will do, I will learn the blockchain language. Okay, then I will write some set of rules. These are the condition you can borrow a loan. These are the condition you can come and deposit your money on the bank. These are the conditions you can create a fixed deposit, etc., etc. So what we are doing here, we are writing some set of rules for each and every condition carefully in form of code, which is being stored on the blockchain. Then what will happen next, that particular code is our bank. Okay, it will act as a decentralized entity which is not owned by anyone, not even you who has written that particular code. Or like let's say I have written that particular code, so even I am now not the owner of that particular code if it is deployed on blockchain. Okay, so what will happen next, I don't have influence on that particular code. uh, it is simply being automatically self executed piece of code. Okay, so it is automatically executed on the blockchain. So I don't have any kind of, I can't make any kind of interference on taking decisions. So let's say now, uh, take the previous example. Okay, you were the young child, you have came across a great business idea. Okay, and then what happened next, you wanted some amount of money. You have, your father owns some land, some properties which you wanted to use at collateral, and then you wanted some amount of loan. What would happen next, you will take that particular collateral and go to the decentralized bank. Okay, that decentralized bank will check your collateral. Okay, and by verifying your collateral, it will be verifying your collateral by some piece of code. Okay, some written code, and then you will be eligible to take loan. uh, so what happened here, you are not being influenced, the bank is not being influenced by any third party. In the previous case, the bank manager who has some personal issues with you, He was able to make some changes on the conditions, and he was able to take the final call, and he was able to not grant you the loan. Okay, so this is why and how you can say why we need decentralized finance. Now let's directly jump into the later section, how DeFi works. You interact with decentralized application like Aave, Uniswap, Compound. Okay, so we are going to learn a few of them today in our later session. Okay, so what happens here? We come to the decentralized app, we interact to those decentralized app. Then these dApps are smart contracts to automate lending, borrowing, trading, and earning interest. Okay, so these each decentralized application has some smart contracts which are being executed automatically, and whatever these smart contracts has the functionality like lending, borrowing, or trading, they will grant you permission if you are eligible, if you have made if you have fulfilled those particular conditions written on that particular code. Okay, code which is written on the smart contract. Okay, so everything runs transparently on blockchain where anyone can verify the code and transactions. Okay, so basically what last point is saying here, everything runs transparently on blockchain where anyone can verify the code and transaction. Let's say uh, I am the creator of a decentralized bank. Okay, I have written a code. Obviously, I'm a human. I do make mistakes. I'm not a god after all. Okay, I have written a smart contract and deployed on blockchain. Now, what will happen next? Every user can come and they can make a fixed deposit. They can borrow a loan. Okay, they can take some loans. Okay, but everything is going on chain. Okay, everything is happening on chain, and one day a hacker comes and he was able to find some problem in my code. The blockchain is immutable, but my code is not. Okay, obviously my code is not. Maybe I have written some wrong code by mistake. Okay, and what will happen next? That particular hacker will interact with my smart contract, like he will use my decentralized bank, and he will exploit that particular rule. He will exploit that particular condition in order to surpass the remaining checks and steal some amount of money. So let's say hacker succeeds and our decentralized bank which I built is compromised. So everything is transparent and everything is on chain. Then if the next user come and he also want to use my app, then he can directly see on the blockchain itself that, oh, this code is already hacked, someone else is using that particular app. So I will just skip using this app, I will not use this app. Okay, so this is how everything runs transparently on blockchain, where anyone can come and verify the code and transaction. If you think this particular code is not safe for me, simply just don't use it. Okay, if you think this particular written piece of code is suitable for me, then it's fine, you can use it. Okay, so it's up to you whether to use it or not. So what we have covered so far: what is decentralized finance, how decentralized finance work, the amount of independency you can say we have right now to make decisions on decentralized finance. We have every right to make decisions here, make our own decisions here, and no third party has the right to interfere in our decisions. Okay, I am giving $10 to let's say Krisha, then it's my own will. Okay, no one can come in between and change that particular transaction. Uh, so let's take one more example. Then we will wrap this particular slide. Okay, so let's say Disha lives in Nepal and I live in India. Okay, Disha participates in our hackathon online and he wins some amount of money. He wins some amount of, let's say, 1 lakh Indian rupees. Okay, I am the organizer of that particular hackathon. What I will do, I will I will make a transfer of 1 lakh rupees from my account to Krisha's account. Then what will happen next? My bank will make a transaction to Krisha's bank, which is situated in Nepal. Okay. Then what will happen next? Krisha's bank, which is situated in Nepal, will verify that particular transaction, whether it's made by a good citizen or it is made by any sort of terrorist. Okay, so bank will take some time, government will maybe interfere. Okay, I'm trying to give a lame example over here, but you can say simply under the hood, these kinds of things usually go on. Okay, so what will happen next? Bank will allow government to cross verify this transaction made by me to Krisha. Okay, bank. So it will take a lot of time. Let's say maybe it will take 7 to 14 working days, and Krisha will be pissed off. Okay, oh man, I won this hackathon a month ago, and I'm getting the prize money after 1 month. Okay, so this is like too much dependency on banks, centralized bank, who are making decisions for us. I know I'm a good person. Krisha know I'm good a person. Then why bank is like interfering? Okay, uh, like it's not a good example. You can say okay, bank is doing these kind of things to ensure the safety of citizens. Maybe what if Itachi is a terrorist, okay, and he's doing some wrong transaction to Krisha. So government is doing the right thing now. He's verifying they are verifying the transaction. Uh, I would say probably yes. But let's say Krisha is a freedom fighter, okay. But she is also a student, okay. She won a hackathon. I gave her some amount of money, and government what government want to, let's say, punish Krisha for some reasons. So what will they do? They will ask the bank, hey bank, can you make some sort of records, some sort of wrong records, and frame like something like Itachi is a terrorist, and he has given some wrong funds to Krisha, and Krisha is directly linked with them. So Krisha is the wrong person right now. Then we will be able to jail Krisha, maybe punish Krisha in any kind of way. Okay, so yeah, you can say this is the way how government can alter or how government can manipulate the records, the financial records. Okay, how you are not being independent. One more example is inflation. Okay, government has every right to print notes. You must be quite aware of this. Okay, as long as government, like the more you print notes, the more value your currency loses over the period of time. Let's say some person, let's say some scammer comes in your country, and he take loan, a huge loan, from any bank, any private or let's say government bank from your country. Okay, let's say he take a loan of $1 billion from your from a bank situated in your country. Okay, then what he does, he simply runs away, he leaves the country, and he runs away with the $1 billion money which he borrowed. What will happen next? There will be a huge chaos. Everyone will be complaining, oh man, what happened here? The guy came in our country and he like borrowed some money and then he disappeared. Okay, who will be responsible? Then people will be pointing finger towards the government, and in such cases what government will do, they will say okay, 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 sorry, 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 we can also always print more notes. We can again print $1 billion of Nepali rupees, and fulfill yeah, we will fulfill the needs of people. We will bring back the money by this way to our country again. But this is not the quite a good thing. Okay, the currency will lose its natural value. Okay, the price of currency will be downgrade, like it will decay over the time. Okay, so this is like one example, one good example you can say. Okay, so this is not a hypothetical example, this is the real thing happened in one of the very you can say developed country. So basically in America there was a bank who did the same thing, like a lot of Y Combinator startup, lot of startups which are situated in San Francisco, Silicon Valley. Okay, so they have deposited their bank, their money in a particular bank. Then what bank did? Bank basically used their people's money, and without the permissions of people, what bank did? Bank use that particular money in some sort of trading. Okay, and bank eventually lost all the money. The amount of money was very huge. Okay, and at that time Joe Biden was the president of America. Okay, then people were very angry over the bank, like how and why bank did this to us. Our money is completely gone. What will happen next? How we are going to repay or like run our company? Okay, so what Joe Biden at that particular time did, so he said, okay, sorry, this happened because our lack of, you can say, lack of policies. You can say, okay, so Joe Biden basically printed uh, that particular amount. So let's say $1 billion was lost. Then Joe Biden basically came in picture and he said, no man, I'm going to print those particular $1 billion again and give it back to the people. But this was not the right way. On his era, like his tenure, the dollar value was inflated and there was a huge recession which we have saw in the American market like 5 6 years ago. Okay, similarly, the other parts of the world who has nothing to do with America, but they also use dollar as their native currency, they also suffered the same loss. Okay, so the mistake was done by one entity, one single entity, and every person around the world suffered because of them. Okay, so this is why, and yeah, this is what is decentralized finance and why we need decentralized finance. I think I have taken enough time over here. If you have any doubts on what is decentralized finance, just drop in chat. Okay, I am confused with that validation. Does we validate manually or something program is there? Okay, yeah. So let's say I am so Siddhanta Sandori has asked a very good doubt about validator, which was covered in previous slide. I will go simply jump on that particular slide. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, this is the slide he is trying to ask a question. So validation is done manually, he's asking, or are we using some sort of programs for validation? Okay, so uh, let's say there are three computers, two of them are validators, one is like normal miner. Okay, so what miner will do? Miner will work very hard and encrypt your transaction and give it to a hash function, solve a puzzle and make a hash key. Okay, other two, what they will do? They will use the public key of user who has like completed, like minted the particular block. So like let's say I am Itachi. Okay, I am making a transaction of let's say $100 to Krisha. Okay, and how I did that particular transaction? I basically signed that particular transaction on my wallet using a private key. Okay, and you are the third person. You want to verify the transaction between me and Krisha. So you don't have the private key, so you can't open my account and check, oh, have Itachi made the transaction to has Itachi made the transaction to Krisha or not. So what you will do then in that scenario, you will come and you will use the public key present on my account. You will use the public key and verify that particular transaction. In a similar way, what validators do, they have a mathematical code. ठीक है, they have some sort of mathematical code present already with them. Simply they use some sort of keys, you can say, some sort of algorithm pre-written code, you can say, they use. And by that particular code, they are able to verify. So let's say you write a number 10, okay, and that particular 10 number is encrypted, okay, and it's now a very huge function, okay. uh, then there comes a validator who has some algorithms. He will come and he will use that particular code and he will check, okay, whether it's a number or not. If it's a number, it's verified, okay. So the short answer is validator use some sort of amount of programs to validate things, okay. So yeah, this was the question. I think I have covered everything. If you still have doubt and you are not able to understand this, feel free to drop your question again. I will answer that again. Please mute yourself and drop. Achha, okay, okay, okay. Okay. Yeah. As far as we have covered what is decentralized finance, what is Web3, what is blockchain, how blockchain works, what are consensus, what is proof of work, what is proof of stake. Okay, how decentralized finance work? Why do we need this? Okay, how your government or wrong people can change or alter your decisions, how they can make your life hard. Okay, why do we need independency in finance ecosystem? This is what we covered. I have also taken the example of America, what happened in history, how that particular scam occurred in Silicon Valley. A bank did some malicious thing uh, with the funds of very owned like very popular companies, and the normal people, the normal citizens of the company suffered a lot because of that particular scam. So what is our today's status in Web3? Please explain simply and factually. uh, See, I don't know what exactly do you mean by status, but I will cover this question briefly. Uh, Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency. Okay, it was made by a pseudo anonymous person, Satoshi Nakamoto. Uh, so by that particular blockchain, the idea of blockchain, the idea of Web3, that it can be it is possible that any technology can exist and we are not able to hack it. So the ideation level, the ideation part of blockchain Web3 is done. Okay, we are right now not haven't achieved Web3 completely. Okay, we haven't achieved Web3 completely because it is expensive. It is expensive for everyone to use. It is not ready for the end user to use. The user experience here is not quite good. Okay, so what happens in normal Web2 world? You open an Instagram, you want to use Instagram, let's say you open Instagram account. Okay, how do you open account? You simply sign up with Google and write your name, write your age, etc., etc., and you are able to open an account. Okay, in Web3, the procedure is quite complex. Okay, you have to create a wallet, uh, and lot of people are already very scared of wallets. They think, okay, I will be maybe scammed somehow. Maybe someone will rob my wallet and my every money will be gone. I don't trust in online wallets. Okay, so right now we are still in adoption phase. We have came a long way. As far as you can check out Bitcoin, the initial transactions in Bitcoin were very very slow. Then Ethereum came in picture. Ethereum improved the technology by using proof of stake, and the number of transaction per second were increased. Okay. Then after Ethereum, there comes some other company. They have used, apart from proof of stake and proof of work, they have used some other ways of consensus, like sharding is one of the very popular thing, you know. And there are few other things like roll-ups, or apart from roll-ups there are one more thing. I think I'm totally forgetting that particular term. So there are two kinds of layer twos. Basically, what do we need? What do I mean by layer two? Layer two is just a blockchain built on top of layer one blockchain. What is layer one blockchain? One blockchain is simply your Ethereum and Bitcoin. What is layer two blockchain? Layer two is a blockchain built on top of Ethereum and Bitcoin, you can say. Let's take Arbitrum for example. Arbitrum is a blockchain which is a layer 2 built on top of Ethereum. So the transaction in Arbitrum are very very fast as comparison to Ethereum. Ethereum is quite fast as
Hey,
comparison. Okay, tell me.
hey, so sorry to interrupt, but we're kind of like running out of time.
Oops.
Like I just scheduled for 5:15 only. So maybe we can, kind of wrap it up.
Okay, 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 okay.
So
So
sorry
what is
because, it's kind of tight time. So,
okay, 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 okay. I was not aware of the duration. Like right now, India time zone is quite different. So what is the time right now for you? Like how much minutes we have, like right now?
so it's currently 5:11
Okay,
here in
okay. So we
Nepal.
have we have like 4 or 5 minutes more. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I totally get it. Okay. So, guys, I have explained enough about DeFi. I have explained enough about DeFi, how DeFi works, basically. Okay. I will give you a quick walkthrough of a protocol. Okay. Uh, just to make sure, like I have already given you example of how decentralized bank can work, how you can come on a bank and you can lend some money. So that particular decentralized bank is called like a lending borrowing protocol. One of a very protocol popular protocol is Aave. Okay, so you can come on Aave protocol. Uh, like you can simply Google it on your browser, and you can then deposit some amount of collateral over there. Okay, and in return of that particular collateral, the demand of loan, the interest rate is being calculated on the Aave protocol, and then you will be able to borrow some loan from the Aave protocol. Okay, so what you basically did, you deposited a collateral, you took some loan, the interest rate is being calculated by a algorithm written on the code. Okay, so this is like pretty much about today's session. We have already covered enough thing today, I think. What is decentralized finance, why it is required, and as I have already covered about the bank part, how decentralized bank can work. So you can simply like explore Aave protocol by yourself. It is quite simple. It is like traditional bank, but run on chain. It is being executed on chain, so it is quite good. If you have any doubt, you can connect with me later. Yeah, thank you for joining today, folks. And you can scan this QR code. This is my Twitter profile. Give me a follow if you like the session. And yeah, my DMs are always open. You can maybe ask doubts in chat or my DMs. I will share my other details like details about HackQuest and ambassador programs and initiatives cohorts we run in India. Like globally, we will share those things to you. I think Krisha will be able to share those things later after the session as we are running out of time. Um, yeah, this is pretty much it from my end. Do you have LinkedIn? Yeah, I do have LinkedIn, but I don't use it. Like, yeah, I don't use it frequently. I will drop in chat. Give me a second. LinkedIn. Okay. Okay, guys, over to you, Krisha. I think I'm done with today's session. I will stop sharing my screen. Thank you all for joining. I have shared my LinkedIn on the chat. I will drop my Twitter also. Okay, give me a second. Krisha, over to you.
Um, thank you so much, Dachi. And we are really sorry, like it's kind of was short, very short 1 hour session, but your
Mhm.
session was very interesting as it was going on between both parties. And as he said, you can always follow him and ask him more. And if you want more details, you can also connect with eSatya as well. We will be there to answer your questions. So yeah, that's it for our Meetup 51. Hope you all learned very much new things from Itachi, and thank you so much, Itachi, for your time. Thank you. I'll be ending the Zoom now. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Itachi, for your time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having us. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.